Hey guys, my name is Tito. I make videos on personal finance, saving and investing most of the time. Some other times I talk about other things, like today when I'll be reviewing the new Nollywood film, Bad Comments. Bad Comments is a drama about Frank Orji, a big-time movie star whose life is turned upside down when a controversial video of him is leaked online. Hate-fueled comments tied to the video from online trolls and bloggers cause him to lose movie roles, endorsements, and friends, causing Frank to create a team to find the people spreading lies against him on social media so that he can get revenge. Now guys, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, so you can watch this video and still go and see Bad Comments in the cinema without, getting any information or vital information about the movie from me in this review. Secondly, I was really looking forward to seeing this film for a few reasons. First of all, because Jim Iyke is in it, the legendary Nollywood actor Jim Iyke. Since I started making Nollywood, or doing reviews of Nollywood movies rather, I've never reviewed a film that Jim Iyke was in, so I was looking forward to that. Secondly, this film has two of my Nollywood celebrity crushes in it. The lovely Sharon and the beautiful Osas Ighodaro. They're both in this film. And third, it's directed by Moses Inwang, who previously, earlier this year, directed or released one of my favorite films of 2021, Lockdown. So it was so good. I liked that film a lot. Some other people didn't, but I liked it so much that whenever I see that he's releasing a new film, I will intend, to go and see the film. So those are like 3 or 4 reasons why I was really looking forward to Bad Comments. I think I had high hopes for this film. I'm not sure if those hopes were met. I'll explain why throughout the course of this review, but let's begin with the performances. Jim Iyke. Jim Iyke plays the main character in this movie. He plays Frank Orji, I believe his name was, and he's an actor whose life is thrown into turmoil once a scandal breaks, that he assaulted an older man, and it goes haywire on social media, and he's being cancelled left, right, and center, and basically cancel culture. But it wasn't just organic. There are people behind the scenes that were trying to bring him down. But back to Jim's performance. Jim Iyke did really good. He's a really good actor. Very few people can act the way Jim Iyke acts, in my opinion. He delivered. He knew what the assignment was, and he delivered. The only downside about his performance, I feel, was like it felt like he was improvising a lot in certain parts of the movie. There's nothing wrong with that, but it shouldn't feel like the actor is improvising in those moments. But by and large, Jim Iyke's performance was phenomenal. It was one of the better things, in this movie. Sharon. Sharon plays funny enough, the last movie I saw Sharon in, which was Still Falling, back in February, it was filmed in Abuja. This movie was also filmed predominantly in Abuja. But back to the story. She plays a school teacher in this movie, Bad Comments, and she's also suspected to be one of the bloggers who is trying to bring Frank Orji down, with fake news and whatnot. So a portion of this movie is actually dedicated to trying to discover or uncover if she is behind the scenes or undercover one of those bloggers trying to ruin Frank Orji. Her performance generally was okay. Sharon as a school teacher, I don't know. I mean, it was convincing. It's just that, school teachers don't tend to be that attractive. So, so on that account, it wasn't too believable. But aside from that, I guess the rest of it was believable. It wasn't really a departure from any other character I've seen Sharon play. It was okay. Let me just put it like that. Let me not dig a hole for myself. It was okay. It wasn't really mind-blowing, but it was just okay given the assignment or given the role. Osas Ighodaro. Can we all just agree that this summer, 2021, August, September, Osas is the hottest actor in Nollywood right now? She released a fire picture this week on Instagram, shot by my friend Ahami Beleme. Fantastic picture. I saw that picture, I was like, I know how to pick my celebrity crushes. I am very proud of my celebrity crush, Osas Ighodaro, right now. Amazing picture. But aside from that, on a professional front, in the cinemas, she has 2 films out right now. She has this film, Bad Comments. She has The Ghost and the Touts coming out this weekend. On Netflix, she was in King of Boys, which was the biggest thing on Netflix in Nigeria in recent times. Also on Netflix in a few days, she has The Smart Money Woman coming out as well. I'm really looking forward to that. Osas is on a roll and she's just dominating. She's putting in the work. It's paying off. I'm really happy for her. But back to her performance in this film, Bad Comments. Osas pretty much plays a an employee of Frank Oji, which is Jim Ike's character, as the trailer kind of reveals. Another thing is that Osas' character was very integral to the story. She worked very closely with Jim's character, and certain things happen in the story that are tied to Osas' character. And the way things transpired, the story would have been more solid if Osas' character had a better backstory and if there was better character development with Osas' character. Because this wasn't the case, things were a bit watery, in my opinion, with her character and with how her character was like integrated in the story. But regardless, she did what she could. It was one of those cases where the actor worked with what they were given and the instructions they were given. If she had been given more, if that character was better developed, Osas would have delivered a much better performance. But as is, it was an okay performance, could have been better, but I don't hold Osas accountable for that. Now, other actors who were in this film who had much smaller roles than I thought they would have were Chiwetalu, Patience Ozorkwo, Yomi Black, AY, Ruggedman, Timayo, Melvin, Freeze, Real Warri, Pikin. They were all in this film, but they had really tiny roles, so small that I can't even really assess them. And in some cases, they were just playing themselves. So that was a bit of a letdown. But one that really surprised me was Patience Ozorkwo, because from the trailer, there was, she had a prominent scene in the trailer, and I thought she'd have a very prominent role in the movie. Didn't turn out to be so. She had only a couple of scenes, and if I'm being honest, if those 2 scenes were taken out of the movie, it wouldn't have made a huge difference. I wouldn't have remembered. What I liked. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. There are actually things that I did like about this film. Mr. Inwang and Mr. Iyke, please calm down. But I actually did like the film because, first of all, Jim Iyke was in it. Like I said at the beginning, Jim Iyke is a very good performer. He's a very good actor. He stands apart, from other actors in Nollywood, to be honest. And I don't think he's been in movies for a long time, at least not to my knowledge. I heard it's because, he's been doing other things business-wise. But it was great to see him. I liked his performance. It was refreshing. Another good thing about the movie was that it was shot in Abuja. Most of the Nollywood films I see at the cinemas were filmed here in Lagos. But, when I see movies that were shot elsewhere, good movies that were shot elsewhere, I feel it's very refreshing. They actually did try with the sets. I appreciated that. Third, I liked the topic that was treated in this movie. Social media, trolling, and cancel culture, and fake news, and people just using social media and propaganda to try and bring people down for no reason. I like that topic. It was very unique. What I didn't like, I wasn't really a fan of the implementation of the concept of this film. The whole, topic of social media trolls and people and cancel culture and people just ruining people's lives and careers on social media. Phenomenal topic or subject, very timely as well, because presently, or when this film actually came out, lots of things were going on social media, particularly on Instagram. Two-Face Idibia and his wife Annie were going through some issues. Tega, one of the housemates in the Big Brother Naija house, had certain issues with her husband because of things she did in the Big Brother house. Nedu of Cool Wazobia, he had a serious issue with his ex-wife. All this was happening in the midst of, this film being released. So this film, Bad Comments, kind of came out just at the very opportune time when people's lives were being tossed back and forth on social media, which kind of makes this film very timely, and which is actually one of the reasons why I would say go and see this film, because it's very relevant to the times. But aside from that, the implementation of the concept, which I just described, I felt it could have been better. It wasn't executed in the best way possible. A lot of things in the film, even understanding or acknowledging that this is a film, this is make-believe, lots of things just didn't seem plausible. For example, the main character, Jim Ike's character, Frank Oji, at certain points, or for most of the movie actually, he felt more concerned about his image on social media than he did about his career, which was really suffering. That didn't feel normal to me. I felt like he could have been doing both, going after the people that were saying bad things about him and then also trying to salvage his career or work on his career. The second thing that I didn't like about this film was there was an antagonist in this film, like a main blogger that was really trying to ruin the main character, Jim Ike's character. That antagonist, they could have done a whole lot more with that antagonist, especially in the final act. There's a final act where everything unravels, right? And, we're learning the motives of the antagonist. The motives didn't seem strong enough. I have to say that. And that final act felt very it was sloppy. That's what it was. It was sloppy, but aside from that, the antagonist, they could have done more to explain the motives of why the antagonist did what they did. The whole thing could have been solved with a conversation, simply, but let me leave it at that. So another thing I didn't like about the movie was that it felt like it was a bit longer than it needed to be. For example, Jim Ike's character and his love interest, they had one too many dinners in that movie. They must have gone on like 4 or 5 dinners, and they showed us each of them. I don't feel like they were needed. But aside from that, the movie felt like it dragged on longer than it needed to, which is a very common theme these days with a lot of Nollywood movies. I think filmmakers feel like unless they make their movies really long, audience members, cinema goers won't feel like they got value for their money. I don't know. I don't feel the same way. A film should be as long as it needs to be. You don't need to stretch it out just so that the paying customer feels like they got value for their money. The value is in the content, in the story, in the experience, not in the duration. Just my opinion. Who should see it? See Bad Comments if you want to have a good time in the cinema. If you're looking for a movie that won't make you think too much, that doesn't require too much like brain power, you should see Bad Comments. See Bad Comments if you're a fan of Jim Ike's or Osas Ighodaro's or Sharon Ooja's. If you're a fan of theirs, then I think you'll enjoy this film as well. It's actually a good movie. I enjoyed watching it. I was battling sleep at one point while watching this film, but that's mainly because I went to go and see it late at night. But anyway, like I said, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't see it again personally, but I did enjoy the movie. If you enjoyed this movie review, guys, please like it by clicking on the like button. I'd really appreciate it. It's just that thumbs up button down below. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well by clicking on the red subscribe button. Also, I have other movie reviews that I've done. I recently reviewed all 7 episodes of King of Boys. That was really fun. You should check out those videos. I also reviewed, like I said, Lockdown, which was directed by the same director, Moses Inwang, who directed Bad Comments. I enjoyed that. That was one of my best movies this year. You should check that out as well. Hopefully it comes to the online streaming platforms very soon as well. And also, please check out my personal finance videos where I talk about saving and investing for young people. That stuff is very important, and I guarantee that if you go through my catalog of personal finance videos, you'll find something that's right up your alley. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Don't take offense once again on the bad comments I made about Bad Comments. I think I made more good comments than bad comments. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.